I grew up in a town called Lambta. It's a small little town down West Wales. It's not far from Aberystwyth and Carmarthen, so it was a quiet place and pretty much in the middle of nowhere. So when I moved to Swansea, it was just a totally different place. It's bigger, but Perth is a bit more quieter, so I'm kind of used to it really. I got picked up by Swansea when I think I was about 14, which I would have been under 15s. So I signed when I was under 15s, and just carried on from there. Went for the youth team and got my first year pro, and obviously signed 3 years. You got training with the likes of Leon Britton, and you had Joe Allen there as well, and you got Ashley Williams. You got all the players that like good lads and the top class players. And to go from youth team into the first team, you had Brits and Joe Allen just popping it around me one touch, and you're just chasing them. So it took a lot to get used to, but they're all good lads, and there's no one that's big time there at all, and they all get all the young lads involved as well, so you just fitted right in. With Brendan, he saw a manager who'd come and he'd put your arm around you and take you to the side, and he'd tell you what you're doing well, what you need to work on, and what he expects for you and what he expects in the future. So obviously he wanted me to go out alone, but with the new gaffer, when he come in, it was kind of more, he'd join in training as well, and well, he's still world class, and he's kind of different. He'd talk to you, but he's kind of more reserved. So he's a bit two different kind of styles of managers, but they're both quality managers and they're doing really well. I still got 2 years left of my contract at Swansea, so I'm here for 6 months, and then after 6 months, see how I've played in the 6 months. And but for the future, I want to play in the Premiership really, and if I can push for the place in Swansea's first team, then I'd be delighted. But if it comes to it and I have to drop down, then I'll have to drop down, but hopefully I can break into the first team. Obviously Ryan Giggs was the main man back when I was growing up, and obviously I was a Man United supporter growing up as well, so watching Ryan Giggs he's just a Welsh wizard, and he's just wanted to grow up and be like him. Obviously David Beckham as well, so it was two different kind of players. Giggs was kind of, he'd go at players and take them on, and then you had Beckham who he'd work rate was good, and he'd obviously dead ball specialist. He can just whip a ball in from anywhere, so obviously I try and work on both of them, crossing, and then watching Giggs play, I try and take people on all the time.
Well, Gwion's a young player that I thought we were very fortunate to get last year. He probably didn't play as much as he would have liked, but I think in training with the first team and training with senior players was a big help to him. And he's someone that when I got the job, I was determined that I would like him back at the club. He's a very good lad, good attitude to his work, and wants to improve. So when I spoke to Alan Curtis over the summer, and he said Swansea were delighted at how he'd come back, so that was a big plus for the club, and they were more than pleased to let him have his game. So I'm delighted to have him. He's I think he's an exciting player. He's very quick. There is aspects of his game that we need to work on, and he knows that, and that's the good thing about him, is he knows that he's not he's still got a way to go before he's the finished article. And as I say, I'm just delighted to have him. Hopefully it's for longer than just to January, but there is provisions for him to stay to the end of the season, and hopefully that'll be the case.
He's a good manager, and obviously it's shown as we've won the first two got through to the third round in Europe, and it's just good to be around in training, and he's got his team talks in the dressing room are good as well. Really encouraging. Obviously, well, I think he likes me as a player, as he's got me back up here. But yeah, he's good. All the boys like him, and I'm glad he's taken over as the new gaffer. Obviously, I didn't get much game time last year, but when I did come on and come off the bench, I thought I'd done all right, and kind of brought something different, a bit of pace to the team, and trying to get at the defenders and trying to get past them and get crosses in the box, and I think I'd done okay. And obviously in the pre-season friendlies, I think I've done all right, and when I've come on in the 2 legs against Rosenborg, we were kind of defending a lot more, so didn't really get a chance to get at people, but I think I've done okay defending as well. Massive achievement for the club. It's a good experience for all the lads, and big experience for myself as well, and it's a massive buzz around the club, and it's good to be in the change room whilst we're winning games like this. It was a good atmosphere and a good buzz around the stadium. Even when we went 1-0 down, the crowd was still cheering us on, and it was, even all the boys said after the game, and are still saying how good it would be to have a crowd like that every week. My preferred position is just on the wing, right or left really. I don't mind, like, we could play wide, or I can come into the little pockets and pick the ball up, and just like getting at people, taking people on, and getting crosses in the box and getting shots off. Good friendly club, and get on, all the staff are nice, and obviously get on with the gaffer and get on with all the boys. It's a tight group. Obviously when I first come up this summer, and I've been staying in the hotel for the last 2.5 weeks, say, as the flat I'm getting was getting done up, but I'm all moved into the flat now. So me and Rory Fallon's obviously been staying in the hotel as well, and so we've been going out for food in Perth, and there's a few nice restaurants here, and it's quite a quiet town, so it's nice and relaxing, and it's a nice place, some nice views and some good places to eat as well.